about.
Yeah, exactly.
And we're alive.
No more
How's it going,
spaghetti.
everybody?
The spaghetti's
Hello?
all gone. I cleaned it all up. It's not on the table anymore.
For the next 5 minutes.
And with that, you're joining us on the Weekly Grind, Episode 6, Part 2, The Phantom Menace. Oh, shit.
No, we don't have a. Oh,
Ew,
I forgot the
come
name.
on.
No, well, come on. Kaz does watch this show. You know he's out there fucking in the chat, biding his time.
They'll invite me back one day.
Right,
I
yeah.
won't.
Yeah,
I
no.
won't.
Yeah.
I bear no ill will to cause.
Oh, okay, we can bring this up now, because we have Remy and Nick in here. This will be funny.
I agree with you.
I sent a picture of this to fucking Cyber earlier this week when I got this. Somebody watched one of the old Gamergate community streams before I had changed the name of it to the Weekly Grind. This made me just fucking laugh my ass off. It was just so out there and unexpected of a comment, but so I had to screen cap it and I sent it to Cyber. Where is my fucking photo album in my phone?
I'm a doofus. I'm on the show too, and I totally didn't put that in that tweet. I'm a derp.
Well, I will retweet it, and I will put your name in there.
Alright, well, this is what was said. Can you be my new Jim? My old one left me and my mommy one night when he said he was going out for some butter. It turns out he was after something or a different kind of yellow.
Yeah.
Okay, so is that a reference to the internet artist?
Yes, it is, clearly.
Rat? Because I don't know his name.
Jim. It is Jim.
Okay.
So who can be the new Jim?
They were asking, I assumed that everybody or just me. I don't know. I'm going to go ahead and be self-absorbed for a second and say it was just me.
Do we need a new Jim?
Damn it, Jim.
I think Jim is Wesley, honestly. That's the best way you can chalk that.
At this point, yeah, he is, but he wasn't for a while.
Yeah. And that's the thing. I mean, I really dug his stuff for a while there, and then he just...
That's the thing.
I used to really dislike his stuff, not because it was not inherently bad.
I liked his.
I think I've explained this before. I felt he had the same problem with generalizing that Thunderfoot has. Thunderfoot has his whole videos, why feminism poisons everything, and it's like, you don't mean feminism, all of it. You mean a very specific breed of feminism. And I get he knows that too, but he's using broad terms for simplicity's sake. And Jim was doing a similar thing. So for a long time I was like, he's a little too general for me to feel comfortable endorsing this. But then the Gamergate stuff happened, and I was like, no, fuck it.
I agree with John. Sargon can be the new Jim.
yeah, that's good. That's a good one. I nominate Sargon, but Sargon better not bitch out like a little fucking faggot then.
Yeah, really. That's for me to do.
I really need to stop saying faggot. It's not okay. Fucking wit's better or something.
Fuckwit? Did you say?
Home policing yourself. You are aware of this.
It's adorable. It's super adorable.
She is in love.
Remy, do me a favor. Send, I don't know. Maybe you'll know what Optimus Deadpool's up to because I've sent some invites and he's not accepting. So I don't know if he's busy tonight or what's going on. But
I think that
there's
he has
John.
stuff to do, but let me find out.
Hey there, John. Nice to see you back. You made it.
Hooray!
I did have somebody else that wanted on the show. I should send them the link and.
But you had better check and do some research. I don't care.
Hey, have you ever worked 12-hour shifts? Do you have any advice for me?
Yeah, I've worked 12-hour shifts.
I'm going to be working 12-hour shifts at a freaking printing company.
I'm telling you right now, you're not going to game at all for those few days you work.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, I'm not expecting to do anything but come home and sleep.
Yeah, that's going to be your schedule.
Eat and sleep.
That's how it is now. Even on 10 hours your work schedule, dude. I don't game at all during the week.
Yeah.
I play my 3DS, and that's about it.
Yeah. I don't have mine anymore. I pretty much had to sell everything I own because the job market sucks out here, but I finally got this job, and it's temp to hire, so as long as I don't die the first week,
All right, we'll see who this dude is real fast.
If I don't show up on next week's show, it's because I died.
I can
starting to vet.
link in the chat the little thing over here. Y'all can't see me pointing at my screen. What on earth am I doing with my life?
We follow a bunch of Gamergaters, so
Did you
I don't
really just y'all?
Y'all.
You did.
Listen.
You just y'alled.
Y'all.
It was
I've
hot.
been
Don't
watching
worry about
True Blood.
That and
Aw, fewer
pudding.
liked something I said.
it.
But
Aw.
All right, there's the link. Go ahead and vet him for.
no, I will leave. No,
Really?
No. Oh.
no, I will
No?
go.
Really?
Nope.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Fewer and I'll be out.
that's not that guy.
Yeah, like, I will type now because the things I'm about to say are not generous.
Oh,
You say on the already live show.
Yeah.
But people are now curious as to what the hell you're gonna say anyway.
She's gonna say, "Fuck the police." I don't know.
Fuck the police.
Exactly.
I'm not even sure where to go right now because I'm just curious as to what the hell she's gonna say.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah,
That's
exactly.
what I'm gonna say.
I
Right
don't
there.
recognize this guy or girl.
Yeah, they're just. Here's
Oh.
the thing.
Yeah.
Infighting is dumb. And if you are super pro infighting and super pro tweeting stuff and being like, I am researching you and I'm gonna out who you really are, I want nothing to do with you.
Sure.
Go-
Instead, be a super professional naked person.
Hey, next week would be our post-Christmas show, right?
Absolutely.
Next week's our
What?
post-Christmas show, right?
Yeah.
No. Yes. No. Yes. No. Next week is the
Oh.
20th.
Yeah,
Christmas
so
is
the
on
week
the
following.
25th.
We're
All
we're
right, so
still a couple
because somebody tweeted and asked or said I better be drunk. Because what it is, I did a drunk stream a while ago. Not everybody in the stream was drunk, so they got kind of
Should
upset
I
about
be
that.
getting drunk? Is that like a goal right now?
yes,
No, the
our goal is to get
27th.
drunk.
The 27th,
Yeah.
that'll
No.
be the weekly
No.
grind drunk stream.
Okay,
so-
cool.
Yeah, just
Provided-
if you're gonna be on that week, try to pick up some alcohol and make sure you were it's in excess, so
I'll
we can
just
all be
pretend
nice
to be
and
drunk
fucked
'cause
by the end of it.
I'll just pretend to be drunk because I think I'm gonna have to work. So
Aw, I'll get extra drunk just for you.
sweet.
This kid
Thank
will
you,
badger
Remy.
the fuck out of me for months, dude. I'm telling you, he's been on my fucking balls since the fucking last drunk stream I did. And, like 4 people were drunk. That was the first stream you were on, actually, Cyber.
Yeah,
And
I was drunk too, man.
I know I was too, but like apparently, I think there was Modern Day Merlin, and then a couple other
Yeah.
people weren't drunk, and he was like, "Fuck you, this is not a drunk stream."
I don't think Mike was drinking, and yeah, Modern Day Merlin wasn't either. And everybody else was like, oh. That's why everybody liked my Joker impression, because they were too drunk to fucking know any better. Hello.
Hi.
I was reading.
I killed the stream.
I was reading Oliver Campbell's tweet about starting GNR in a few.
That is perfect to do on the fucking live show.
Wait, what is he starting? What's GNR?
That's like doing,
Galaxy News Radio with
Guns N'
Oh.
Roses.
Oh shit! Just have him join us, and he can just do his stream in ours.
Hey, I love you. That's not going to happen.
No.
It's
Oliver
like, I'm
loves
in
his
control.
Hear
streaming.
me with
Yeah,
your
right.
daily
It's a
dose
good
of
stream.
reality. Yeah.
It's a good stream. Oh.
Yeah, like, I am totally down for drunk stream, but the new rule is rotten. You check your guest with me beforehand, because clearly
You don't know enough about the people within Gamergate, do you? My goodness, man.
What's gaming?
Hell no! I mean, look how all you fuckers
imagine
ended
me
up here.
drunk with cause? God bless America, that would have been
Yeah.
horrible.
What's this? Who's
Oh,
this
shit.
Jonathan McIntosh guy? He wants on the stream, guys.
Who's the conspiracy? They went on. Is that somebody that should be on here?
Yeah. This
Oh,
who's
gosh.
who is Flint? Why are they not on the stream? What's wrong with that?
They have a lot of followers. Let's go ahead and get them on.
Yeah. Oh, she's a game dev too. Wow. My goodness.
Ryan, we love you.
Oh, man.
Wait, who is this Milo person? Why does he want on the stream?
Oh, hold on.
my
If
God,
that
all of
happened
my
and I
clothes just,
didn't
like, flew
get
off. What just happened? I love Milo. Milo and Fewer in the same stream, I couldn't talk. I'd have to be on mute the whole time.
see, that'd be the equivalent to
Delightful.
just having one
Delightful.
total biscuit in the stream. I'll just be like,
Yeah, right. Jesus.
Here's the thing. I
I'm
would fucking
self-censoring
love
tonight.
to talk to Milo and Total Biscuit together, or even
I
just
I
one-on-one.
couldn't speak.
That would be so fun. I would enjoy the hell out of that. Just
I
talk
would
shit
mute
about
myself
politics and
anytime-
everything. It would be great.
Anytime they asked questions, I would just be like totally dead silent. Just
Yeah.
See, I like TB, but I don't like.
Hey.
My heart doesn't get all like it does when I think about Milo. So.
Okay, you guys are like, oh, he utterly loves this dude.
Is it
Like,
just me, or does Milo look like a member of the Pet Shop Boys?
I love the Pet Shop Boys.
I know.
Yeah,
I'm
kind
not
of a
saying
little
that's a
bit.
bad thing.
Yeah.
They did a cover of Viva La Veda, which I thought was enjoyable years ago. I haven't listened to it in ages.
oh, somebody in chat, Jack Thompson wants to talk about video games. Let's do it.
You know what? I would even talk to Jack Thompson at this point about
Yeah.
that shit like that. I'd just be like, this would just be interesting. I would just it would be interesting.
Yeah. You saw that interview with him, right? The one where he,
Mhm.
yeah,
Good to knowing.
they bring up Sarkeesian, and he's just kind of like,
He's full of
Yeah.
shit.
yeah.
Oh,
something.
Ollie
Yeah.
just retweeted my tweet of our stream. So.
Tweet
Yay.
section.
Excuse me, Oliver Campbell.
Yeah. Say Ollie because I instantly
Free
think Oliver.
dog.
It's
Yeah.
like, my goodness. Ugh.
I'm picturing him, stabbed and kicked off a mountain.
Yeah.
To be honest, Remy
No,
saying that
you-
reminded me of.
You call him Ollie, and I'm thinking of Oliver Queen.
Oh, okay. It actually, I was gonna say, she just reminded me of a deal whenever he was like, "Oh, if we can get Total Biscuits to join us," I was like, "Us,
Yeah.
our stream."
And then I said he was like Cialis, human Cialis or something like
Yeah.
Yeah, he's human Cialis for you, like you dick.
that. No, the point is that he gets yours hard.
Should I steal John's thunder real fast before he gets in here and throws out that one fucking tweet that I told you about earlier?
Yeah.
I don't even know what we're talking about.
Neither do I. No, I do. I
Alright, I gotta
do
find it. Yeah, I didn't bring it up to everybody. I brought it up to Cyber, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna buy Remoticons or Remota headset, fucking same headset Total Biscuit wears, and
Aw, you're so cute. It's adorable.
oh god, all right. Well, this dude John, his Twitter handle's Yay Capitalism. He's been on here a couple times now, and he was trying to sell me on some
Oh, yeah,
Sony
him.
fucking he was trying to sell me on some Sony headsets, and I told him I was like, I'm gonna get the Remotas just because they look cool, and he was like, you want me to recommend a shade of lipstick to complement those headphones too?
Yeah, and then Ryan's, I'm picking out colors.
I replied with, every time if I buy the fucking Remotas,
Yeah, you're picking
if I
out
was like, if I
colors,
buy the Remotas, you're gonna spam me with fucking lipstick links, aren't you? He fucking retweets it like, you dick. You really
Hey.
had to retweet that.
Do we have any more of Mundane Matt's topics to go over?
Oh yeah, are we?
No, actually, we're
We talked
fucked
about
now.
Metal Gate
That's
yet.
it. We got nothing.
Oh,
Metal
Oh,
Gate?
can we
Oh.
talk about?
yeah,
Um,
please do. I
Oh, wait, there's a whole. Marco was wanting us to talk about the Rolling Stones thing all
that's
last segment.
That's what
so,
Remy's talking about.
Yeah, if you guys want to
Yeah.
get into that, I don't know what's going on, so Remy can go ahead and lead the
So
charge on that.
it's pretty simple. Basically, what happened was Rolling Stones trusted a writer. What used to be fact checking has now sort of fallen to individual writers to do, and Rolling Stones trusted a writer to do fact checking, and she did not. This young lady, Jackie, who seems to have a history of crying rape, which is a horrible thing. I mean, I have tons of issues with situations like that, but she explained a situation that happened at UVA where she went to a frat house and horrible, horrible things happened. And things that would have left physical evidence that would have been seen the next day and so on. And Rolling Stones ran with the story. Well, this particular writer ran with the story, and Rolling Stones published it. And then people on the campus started saying,
Wait,
wait, this
the band or
party...
the magazine?
Hmm?
We're talking about the band or the magazine.
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 Rolling Stone, the magazine. And so Rolling Stone printed this story. People on the UV campus saw it and were like, wait a second, a party didn't happen that weekend. There weren't, that's not an appropriate time for that party to have taken place. The physicality of the event, there would have been evidence not only on her but on her assailants, and it just crumbled. Everything fell apart around it, and then people started looking into, as the internet is wont to do, into Jackie and who she is, and I guess there are pictures of her at slut walks and things like that, with posters with various rape stories on them and things like that. So it's really disheartening. Number one, UVA has done a lot to really improve how women are treated on campus. I'm being blown up. Why are you dotting me? Deadpool, stop.
Anyway, story.
Anyway, so UVA has been doing a lot to improve it, and what could have been a really great story, because rape on campus is a problem. I used to live next to Johns Hopkins. There are things that they've done there. Johns Hopkins is in the middle of Baltimore City. Oh, okay, that was a complete legit dot dot dot. But Johns Hopkins Medical Campus is in the middle of Baltimore City, and there are really violent physical assaults in that city. Woohoo, murder capital of the country. And y'all didn't see my awesome gang signs just then, but they were great, I promise. But they have steps that are designed to match a woman's stride that will trip up a man, and things like that, so that if you have to run across the campus to get away from somebody, you can't. UVA has dealt with situations with fraternities and things like that, having parties and women getting hurt, and instead of actually focusing on situations that have really occurred, they made a really sensational splash piece out of a story that seems to come from a woman who's a pathological liar. And it's just really, it stinks. I mean, this is a real issue and a real problem. And I mean, I'm not one of those MRAs that says that rape doesn't happen. Rape happens. It happens to men, it happens to women. Mm-hmm. And the fact that this woman is basically making a joke out of it to be able to go out and tell made up stories just fills me with buckets of rage.
Yeah. Anybody else? I agree. You know,
and shame on Rolling Stone. Like, shame on the writer, shame on Rolling Stone.
Right.
Because the writer even said, I mean, she's been in interview after it, and she's like, well, I believed my source. That's great. That's not your job. Your job is to research and make sure stuff is factual. It doesn't take, you can pull up the UVA frat house schedule and see when there's parties. Like, this is stuff that's scheduled because it's on campus. It's scheduled ahead of time. I just, bad journalism. It gets my hackles up.
Guys, sure. I wrote this story the other day. I was interviewing this guy, and he told me that it was actually President John F. Kennedy who flew the planes in the World Trade Centers at the time.
Right.
I believe my source, guys. So, God.
Yeah, absolutely. I heard the same thing. Exactly. My uncle works at Nintendo, and he told me the same thing.
Yeah, exactly. I had a relative who knew this guy who wanted to kill Jews this one time. It was, I think, Hitler's. I forget.
Well,
no, can I just take a moment and say, whoever wrote that story, for fuck's sakes, learn how to do your goddamn job. Yeah. I know, some pleb is telling you to do your job. I'm not even a journalist. Oh no. Well, how bad is it? How bad are you at your job when it takes someone like me to point out, hey, you fucked up big time, you idiot. My
Absolutely.
God.
And Marco even says in the chat, it's bad because Rolling Stones is highly respected for their impeccable fact-checking. And they are. I mean, you don't usually think of a rock magazine as being sort of one of the old standbys for being very good at what they do, but they'll blow the crap out of rock stars. They'll go after their own audience just to make sure that information is factual. And the fact that they just ran with this, it blows my mind. But it seems that's how this country has gotten to this point. If you say certain words, and rape is one of those words, then you are just believed.
Well, and it's not only
fact checking is done.
But I believe the internet has kind of created this culture where, the fact checking need not be done because, stories can be updated in real time and stuff, and people have gotten lazy. So, it's like I can write this story now, I can put it out there, I can get the clicks and whatnot. And I think that's spilling over to like mainstream journalism and whatnot as well. And these magazines, Jesus Christ, I think it's just basically spilling out over into journalism at large, in the sense that this blogger mentality is kind of like turning everybody into a bunch of lazy assholes. Yeah, and like
it's a shame. It's such a I have the utmost respect for journalists, and that's what I used to want to be when I'd grow up. But at this point, like, if I was a teenager looking into careers, I wouldn't want anything to do with it. Like, the behavior now, it's ridiculous.
Well, I would want less to do with it now, because I've thought about it too. Like, now, as a person, I've thought about getting into that. But what keeps me out of it is the fact that it's a very much a dying industry. That is what is keeping me out of it. It's like I'd make little money, and there's just the
You
chances
do
of
a
finding a job
Go
are
job.
on to
very slim.
YouTube. So
We
go on
did
to
what?
YouTube.
What now?
So because of YouTube.
It's
Really.
because of YouTube and just the way the internet in general works. It's just print media, even in online form, is a slowly dying industry.
Well, and Alexander Macris did a TED Talk. God, do I talk about his TED Talk every stream? I think I do. I might be a fangirl. In his TED Talk about media consumption and things like that, we have dumbed down our media so much because we want fast food media. We want things that are easy to consume and easy to understand that don't necessarily challenge us or make us smarter. And that sort of flies in the face of how journalism used to be structured, because it used to just be, here is facts, we're not making this easy for you to digest, you go figure it out.
Right.
Wait.
And if we didn't have all the facts, we would make sure that it was based, what we're telling you is based on what we know at that time, and we make sure you know it's an allegation and not presented as a fact. Yeah, they used to know how to fucking write this shit and do this shit, and nobody knows how to do it anymore, and it's depressing.
And that's why IQs, reading levels, test scores, all of that continues to drop, because the things that used to challenge us, and even the books, the best-selling novels, you can look that the reading level required to read the best-selling novels continues to go lower and lower and lower
Oh, yeah.
because we want fast and easy.
And I got a professional email the other day offering me a job that was riddled with typos, and we're talking like, we're talking the you are,
Ugh.
type thing, and just riddled with that kind of crap. And I'm thinking this is a professional, correspondence from a fucking. Ugh. It was so frustrating, and the first thing that came to mind was, like you said, it's just the dumbing of society, and
It's
so
heartbreaking.
depressing.
It's really, really heartbreaking.
I'm
But
surprised.
I'll push back a little bit on this. I think it's very difficult, but to really quantify this. The main reason for this is that the rise of the middle class. Sorry, I have to go historically here. Bear with me. You'll understand in a minute. The rise of the middle class is a very new phenomenon, but once it's been there, it leaves people with this feeling that it's always been there. In the same way the automobile really has had that effect. Like, you had the generation where a car was a new thing, and then their children it was like it was an expected item because were growing up around these things, and this was a symbol of middle class society. But we're also getting confused by the fact that literacy rates have still been on the increase. There used to be a very, 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 very big class distinction between people. That you had the people with money at the top, and if not money, land. And with land and money came the ability to go to school and to go to university, to be a scholar, to be a priest, to be something, to be able to write, to be a warrior, to be a leader, all that stuff. And then below them you had everybody else. You had some merchants here and there, depending on where you were, but then you had peasants who spent their days basically struggling to make ends meet and live. That was it. There was no time to read. There was no time for anything like that. That has been done away with the increase in global society, and literacy rates have been on the increase around the world, and especially in the Western world. There used to be in the 50s parts that did not. The literacy was very low. So while we are seeing, I don't think it's necessarily the dumbing down. I think we're seeing people of a lot of different classes who previously wouldn't have given a shit about this having access to it, and it's adjusting, it's changing to meet that.
Not only that,
It's maybe not a good thing, because we are seeing grammar seems to be taking a blow for sure, and sentence structure and proper spelling, but I don't think it means that everyone's.
Well, I think
it's necessarily a bad thing. I think it's indicative that it's become a more available tool.
Would you say that our perception's like definitely wider in the sense that, like, maybe 30 years ago, our what we knew, I mean, of course we read, the news and watched, the newspapers and watched the news and whatnot, but our experiences were more limited to our sphere of
Yes,
goddamn.
we are an
Having trouble
increasingly
here.
connected
Exactly.
society, community. Really,
So we're
we're all part
seeing
of
more
a
of
global
this.
community.
We're seeing these things on a bigger scale than we ever did before. So it looks like maybe it's bigger and
Yes, because this
and
is
worse
the
than
big
it
thing.
is.
But it's
The people
also
who you
things.
could see reading and writing before,
Yeah.
you didn't see the people who couldn't.
Right.
But just because more people are able to do something doesn't mean that they're doing it to the level that it was being done previously. And I guess that's what
Oh,
I'm saying is
of
that
course, and I
what is
agree.
considered quote unquote literacy now and what was considered quote unquote literacy 100 years ago is not the same thing. We could hand um, I would be interested to see a high school teacher now debate a tutor from the Victorian era about literature because I'm fairly certain the high school teacher now would be blown out of the water.
Oh no,
Just
absolutely. But that in those, remember, well, this is what happens with knowledge and information and access to it. As it becomes more readily available and easy to disseminate, it loses a lot of the quality. Information condensed, like this is why universities and colleges have prestigious reputations. It's not necessarily that they're institutions of higher learning now. It's that they have legacies and reputations of being the centers of knowledge and learning in the past. The place where you had the Latin texts, all the old Greek texts, the Iliad, the Odyssey, all the stories, all the Hippocratic research done when it comes to medicine, Galen's works, Arabic texts, mathematics, everything was condensed in these schools and in these libraries that only the highly educated few had access to. As that's disseminated outward, it's really become watered down. That's generally how most things work, how most ideas and most concepts and most really everything works. It's arguably unfortunate in some ways, but at the same time, I have faith in ourselves as a species and as a society that we'll be able to rise above it. I've been witnessed firsthand the beginning of internet shorthand and people talking with that, and I've seen an increased pushback against it because people want to learn how to speak in complete sentences and how to properly use contractions and everything. I've seen pushback against sloppy writing and everything, and while there is always a segment that enjoys the quick and dirty, I think it's a very big misconception that it's most of society. I don't think most of society does. I think there's a lot of society that values a lot more society that values reading and knowledge than there has been in previous generations. We're talking percentage population wise there, but it will never be all of society because people's interests are different.
Would you say that a lot of this too is just the ever evolving, nature of language as well, in the sense
Yes,
that
I would say that as well. English has come a long way from as a language from the past. I mean, it's only in the past couple centuries, like really the mid-late 19th century and onward, that the English language as we know it today really solidified proper spelling and sentence structure and grammar. Because you look in the past and, like for the example, there's a reason the word pirates spelled in the past why you would see it with a Y. There was no code for how to actually what is the proper spelling of words. You spelt them how they sounded. With those things, this is where an understanding of qualitative literacy versus the ability to read and write has come from, because we have now basically definitions and structures that show us this is how you should spell a word versus spelling it like it sounds. And that's kind of interesting when you situate that within the evolution of linguistics and language and dialogue, because shorthand has always been a thing, and it used to be a much bigger thing. You used to know how to write properly, and then you had shorthand. I'm viewing a lot of the online writing now as a more modern incarnation of shorthand writing at this point, because look, here's how you write, how I write professionally, and then here's my shorthand. That's really how I'm starting to perceive it, and I think that's how a lot more people are starting to treat it as well.
I tend to write.
There's a lot of outliers who don't know.
I tend to write
it's terrible.
even when I'm writing for somebody's site or something. I tend to write in my own voice. You know what I mean? And I mean we all do, But I mean, I'll
But
get
there's
really casual
there's a
with
very
the
big
language.
difference between between speaking and writing, and
Right.
it is a very big trap that we can fall into because it's how we communicate. When you communicate certain ways, you think it's correct, but it does fly in the face of
Yeah.
what's what I'm looking for? You know what I'm saying? I
Acumen.
mean, yeah. A lot of stuff, a lot of the ways we talk or we speak and communicate is grammatically incorrect.
Right. And I just always figured, though, as long as I can understand what somebody's saying, I won't sweat the petty stuff, especially because I'm sure I make plenty of fucking mistakes myself. You know what I mean? Uh, that's just me, though. But
Mhm.
I'm not saying it's unimportant or anything. I just where I come from, because um, yeah. I mean, I think
Did
yeah. I guess
Deadpool
that's it.
just typed ancient Egyptian drawings and pictures on ancient Egyptian was drawing and pictures on the wall. Then there came written language. Now we have Instagram and emojis, which are basically just drawings and pictures on a
Right.
wall.
And memes.
Right.
Because written language to communicate,
That's boring.
our emojis and pictures on walls now are better capable of depicting emotion, which is one of the reasons why they're called emojis. And it to some people, understanding the emotion of something or of a communication is just as important as talking to them personally, because it helps convey the the mood of the person you are speaking to at a time, or how they're reacting to you, your conversation better. Like you could type with exclamation marks and seem excited, but to the person reading it, it's like, yeah, are they excited, like interested in what I'm saying, or are they excited as in if I act excited, maybe they'll stop talking to me? So there's those elements get lost in text. So it's kind of like trying to get around that. I found, but
See,
it is what it is.
I say all the time that tone can be lost in 140 characters, but when you're actually free to write, I feel like a lot more emotion can come from the written word than we can have with pictures and emojis and all that stuff. Like obviously on Twitter, we have a very small amount of space to express feeling or tone. Um, but when we're free to write, like either using a TwitLonger or writing something professionally or anything else, that you can really elicit proper depth of emotion if you try. And I feel like we've gotten where we're much more comfortable using, a little smiley face or a sticky outy tongue. And we also use those almost as an excuse. I feel like people write things and then go, oh, that sounded bad. Now I'm going to do a sticky outy tongue to make it sound like I was being silly, instead of being genuine and owning whatever
Yep.
bad thing it is that they just happen to write.
I am actually going to. I'm going to stay here, but I'm just going to put myself on mute because I actually want to get something and read it, because there's just something. It made me think of what you're saying, Remy. I have an example of that, and I want to read it. So I'll be right back.
Okay, hurry back.
Is that Deadpool on chat?
Hey, you guys.
He came in and left.
Yeah, he's going to be right back because he just realized that it had his stuff on there. I've been sitting here helping him go through his account and get his personal information off of it because I don't want people doxing my best friend. Because that would make me cranky.
Hey, what do you guys think of these letters to Wu?
Oh, you mean the stuff she's writing herself? It's awesome.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. I mean,
Yeah.
it's...
I'll put a link in the.
Aren't there also like pictures of her showing her at her house, even though she says she's been driven away?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of spotty, but there is some sort of evidence or that suggests that she has not moved an inch, and that every interview she's done since she supposedly fled her house has been,
At her
filmed in the
house.
same room.
Well,
Yeah.
can I ask a very, honest question, though?
What's it?
Why do we talk about her?
Oh, just because I think
What-
in this case the
What
ridiculous.
Daily Journal professional did she sleep with?
Right.
Oh God.
Who did she pay for reviews? I mean,
that's
here's
what
the
we
thing.
need requires for us to be of interest.
But I think she's
But who?
yeah.
No, I get what you're saying. Who the hell is she to deserve our attention to begin with?
Yeah.
Or right, she says she's been harassed. She's self-inserted, and nobody cares.
And we eat it up. I mean, that's the thing. She says she was harassed, and we, just like Randy Harper, we're like,
Right.
oh my God, here, let me give you all of the attention in the world. If we
I just think it's funny that
stopped
she's writing
talking
herself
about her,
letters. That's what.
yeah, she's
Can
ridiculous.
I ask you guys something?
That's what I want to talk about.
That's-
Just because the
Okay.
hilarity inherent in writing yourself a fucking letter, praising yourself, and attacking your the people you've got an axe to grind. It's like, well, come on, you're making it obvious, and it's hilarious. Stop it. Okay.
So I wanted to read this one paragraph because this kind of illustrates what Rimpy's talking about with degrees of emotion and meaning in things. This is from one of my favorite books ever. It's by Barbara Tuchman. It's called The Guns of August. It talks about the first month of the First World War, and it's interesting. It's fascinating. It's what made me actually interested in the First World War to begin with. So this is like the first paragraph of the book, and it starts off with. So gorgeous was the spectacle on the May morning of 1910, when 9 kings rode in the funeral of Edward VII of England, that the crowd, waiting in hushed and black-clad awe, could not keep back gasps of admiration. In scarlet and green and purple, 3 by 3, the sovereigns rode through the palace gates, with plumed helmets, gold braid, crimson sashes, and jeweled orders flashing in the sun. After them came 5 heirs apparent, 40 more imperial or royal highnesses, 7 queens, 4 dowager and 3 regnant, and a scattering of special ambassadors from uncrowned countries. Together they represented 70 nations in the greatest assemblage of royalty and rank ever gathered in one place, and of its kind the last. The muffled tongue of Big Ben told 9 by the clock as the cortege left the palace, but on history's clock it was sunset, and the sun of the old world was setting in a dying blaze of splendor, never to be seen again. Like, every time I read that passage, it makes the hairs on the back of my neck stand on end.
And that's.
You
That's-
can see the procession
If
through the
you
words.
keep not reading me bedtime stories, we are gonna fight. But like, that's what we should be aspiring for. I mean, even when I'm writing advertisers, I want to elicit emotion. I want to paint a picture of who I am, where I am, my feelings on their products, how the things that are going on around Gamergate are impacting me and my views, and that's how we should write, not LOL woot and then a smiley face. Like,
Yeah.
that's
I agree so hard with that.
I need to go get a glass of water. I'll be right back.
But no, I love that passage because you can see the procession. You can
Absolutely.
actually see it through the words. It's amazing. And that is what we have lost, I find. But that's a loss that we've been losing for centuries. It's not a recent loss.
Yeah, and you look at like popular literature these days, and like Stephanie Meyer's stuff, and it's just so juvenile and poorly written, and it's like it is sad.
Well, authors get pushback for having, they call it purple prose, where they are. Anne Rice gets labeled that a lot, where you get into almost a microscopic level of detail. Anne Rice had a passage in one of her books where she goes into detail about the tile on the floor.
Yeah.
And this really bothered people because they're like, what does that have to do with anything? But it was setting a scene and setting a tone that people
Right.
who cared about that sort of thing, but people want quick little nuggets. They want the action, they want the sexy scenes, they want the talking. They don't necessarily want to be fully immersed in the story that they're reading.
Which is sad, man. It's so
Yeah, it really is. By the way,
Well,
Wade has joined us too.
Hey, Wade.
Welcome.
Welcome.
Hi, Wade.
I have to say, hello.
Hey,
It's just
your discount. Wait, what's that guy's name? Discount. Yeah, fucking Slade Wilson, not
Deathstroke.
Deathstroke. Yeah, that guy.
Back up
Oh,
off my
Jesus Christ.
Deadpool, y'all. I'll beat you up. I'm
No,
scary. I
Hey,
promise.
but wasn't he created to be kind of like a parody of Slade Wilson?
Well,
Originally,
he
it
was
was
created.
created as a parody, yeah.
Well, it's
Yeah.
crazy because the artist just wanted to draw Deathstroke. He said, let's make this instead.
And
Actually,
it's so much better.
he was originally drawn as Spider-Man, just different.
Yeah, right. Oh man,
That's funny.
I'm just picturing Rob Liefeld's fucking God,
It's funny.
the boobs on Captain America.
Oh, let Rob live. He gave us me. Come on.
Well, that's his only
Yes, I'm right.
contribution.
He also ruined Lobo for the New 52.
I am gonna pronounce this person in the chat's name wrong. Can somebody help me so I don't sound stupid?
Who are they?
Joaquin Jameson.
Yes. I can't say all of that, but
Oh, all right, he's
thing
back.
with
Yeah,
the-
this is he was on last, or he, not on, but he was here last week too. He was actually kind of impressed that somebody actually got his name right.
Okay, I didn't
Who
want
was
to say
it?
it wrong because I
Wasn't
hate
me.
when people say
No,
stuff
it was
wrong.
you.
No, I'm pretty sure.
With
Give
the
yourself
Hunger
some
Games,
credit. God damn.
with the Hunger Games, I'm not sure how old of a reader you are, and I don't want to assume anything, but please keep in mind that that is a children's book. So that's the other thing is that our country has gotten where our quote-unquote mainstream literature is things that are aimed at a 7th grade reading level. So
Well, hey,
that
I
book
love
is,
the Harry Potter books. Damn it.
and they also grow with their reader.
They did,
though. So keep
absolutely.
in mind, they start out very simplistic and they get more complex.
Absolutely. That's what I
And
loved about
with
them.
with the Hunger Games, those are written with a 7th grade target audience. So as adults, if we're reading it and we're like, okay, this language is very simplistic, I had other issues with those books, but use of language and things like that, I think that it was written to the appropriate reading level that those books should have been aimed at. I mean, I have other issues. I'm
gotcha.
not going to even
God
get
damn, we
into
are
with
just
those
getting,
books.
we are more like the co-optional podcast. We occasionally talk about video games.
I'm so sorry, Rye. Oh, we're the worst. I'm sorry.
I'm just sitting here like,
No,
holy shit, this entire thing has become about books. What the fuck is
see,
going on?
I at the age
Now,
of
don't get me wrong,
35,
I
am
agree with
learning
everything
shit
you guys
talking
are
to these
saying.
guys.
I
It's
agree with
just
that. I agree with a lot of what you guys are saying, but I'm just sitting here like, what is happening right now?
Yeah.
Well, Rye, what would
I
you
think
like
it's all
us to talk
fascinating,
about?
man.
We can
It's like-
talk about games.
I think
It's okay,
listening to these two talk.
The latest game I played was Pokemon, so it's whatever.
Yeah, which one? The original for the Game Boy?
Alpha Sapphire.
How is that?
It's alright.
You guys suddenly went silent as soon as I heard listening to these two talk. So
Oh.
I don't know what happened.
Gotcha. No, I was just saying, now you two are muted.
Oh, he's back. He's good. No, wait, is he? No, he's not. No, now he is.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was just saying
Who
that
is,
I
right?
really enjoy
Wisdom.
listening to you and Remy talk because you're knowledgeable on your subjects, and it's very interesting, and I've learned shit, and that's not allowed, so get the fuck off the stream.
Whenever you make us look dumb, you're just not helping anybody.
Oh, no, it's not even that. I'm used to that. It's just that, like, when you fill my brain with knowledge and I forget, like, other shit, that's not cool, man. I only got so much capacity here, and it's filled with useless pop culture.
Guys, I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah.
I had every intention of recording another Dragon Fight video tomorrow, and now I don't even know if I can. I don't know if I'll remember how. I
Exactly.
retain all this new information.
I'm pretty sure I just urinated myself because I forgot how to hold that in.
Nonsense.
Yeah, but no.
It's a powerful tool.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, and that's what I'm getting at.
Fun fact: this is
I
the
learned
reason why
stuff.
people with photographic memories
Mhm.
have a really tough time of things later on in life.
I
What's
remember
supposed to happen is
I
the
remember
brain,
that.
like removing old material or unnecessary data, is it's a healthy tool in every brain. That's the point. It's supposed to delete things that are not necessary or that are too old for it to deem of any value, to make room for new knowledge.
Right.
It's how you basically stay functioning every day.
I read that on fact.
Photographic memories don't do that.
Photoshopic memories?
Photographic memory. Sorry, photographic memories don't do that.
Photoshopic memories, they edit and change your
Yeah,
memories to be
they edit
more,
and change things to fit what you want. So
Hey,
that's
I have vivid memories of when I was like 2 years old, but I can't remember what I did last week. No, and
that's
that's
just, you have
true.
a long-term memory.
Yeah, like I can,
Oh.
and that's the thing. The farther away I get from events, the more clarity I remember them with.
So in 50 years, they'll be like, oh, fuck, I was on that dude's stream.
Exactly. I was, oh shit, that's
You'll be
why
on
I'm
your
homeless.
deathbed. You'll be on your deathbed like,
I
oh,
recant.
fuck, I gotta, give me my laptop. I gotta get on the stream.
Yeah.
That's a joke, but it really
No,
happened.
ladies and gentlemen, that has nothing to do with long-term, short-term memory loss. That is called dementia.
Is that just, yeah, right. Wait, are you
So,
saying I'm
we're
demented?
My
talking
grandfather
about-
has that. He wakes up every day, and my mother shows up. He's like, "Thanks you. Thank God, goodness you're here. You got to take me to school."
Aw.
Yeah,
So
I
I
don't
just
know how
want
to-
to tell
dementia.
you guys real quick,
Yeah?
not nearly as serious, but I had you muted and I'm in the kitchen trying to make coffee and I'm like, I can't close the lid. Why won't the lid I make coffee like 10 times a day. And I'm like, why can't the lid close? What's going wrong? And I'm like opening and closing it. Nope. I put the filter in backwards. So all of this new information is overriding how to make coffee. We need
She's forgotten how to make coffee.
Okay, that
That's
one I
a-
accept responsibility for.
Yeah, I was gonna say, man, that's like taking away her math.
I want to pick up my Xbox controller tomorrow and be like, how do I turn this on?
I can't remember.
Throw it at the wall.
Oh, hold on. Let me just do this. Xbox on.
Nope, I have a mic on, so
Oh,
that
no,
ain't
it's
happening.
fully off. So no, mine. I was trying to do that to mine, but I
Oh.
realized I shut mine fully off. It's not on its standby.
Yeah. See, even then though, 9 times out of 10 it doesn't fucking work.
I know it's fun when it works, but when it doesn't, you're just like, ugh.
I love though whenever you
That's
get
what
that
my
Iron Man
ex-girlfriend
feeling though.
said a lot
Oh wow.
in our relationship. It's great when it works, but when it doesn't, it's really depressing. Yeah.
Can you
She was
rename
talking about
it,
the
or do you have to say
relationship,
Xbox?
guys, not my. Huh?
Can
What's
you
up?
rename it, or do you have to say Xbox?
Yeah.
It's Xbox on.
Like, if you could rename
Dick
it, I'd buy
on?
an Xbox One tomorrow.
Dick on.
That's funny.
No, that'd be funny.
Hard on.
This is a really funny story.
Well, see, I'd be
Flame on.
screwed because the only way it would work is if Remy said pudding.
Pudding.
Do you guys want me doing that this early, or should I save it for later segments?
Save
Save
it
it.
for the,
Save it
fourth.
and drink, Remy. I'm still ahead of you
Okay.
in that one.
Everyone's sitting here
wait,
just
wait,
like,
what have you had? Should I be on scotch now?
Well, I've had I can't get too drunk, but I had a glass of eggnog with rum, heavy on the rum, and now I'm having a beer. So.
everyone just wants you to
I shall
torture with
scotch
me
it
that
up,
shit
my
later. Like later on, like everyone just be like, just say it so he fucking freaks out. It'll be great.
You did what with the one now?
Like everyone just
I
seems
feel
like they want
Hey guys, I feel
with that
I
shit.
feel really fucking helpless because like I'm taking this medication that's kind of fucking with my concentration and my ability to like properly fucking articulate myself. So yeah, it's called crack cocaine. Yeah,
It's prescribed though. It's okay. It's
yeah,
medical
exactly. Over the counter. Talk to your doctor and see if crack cocaine is right for you. Side effects may include death. Yeah,
A lot of weight loss though.
yeah,
I see a baby on the ceiling.
yeah. I do a lot of train spotting out here.
Weight loss, tooth loss, it's all the same thing.
Fuck.
That was quite cool stuff.
That was good. That was good. Because I wave my dick at trains.
You had to explain.
I'll whip my dick back and forth.
Why not shit?
That's my version of train
My
spotting.
dick touched
Can
the
I just,
load.
by the way, can I just say I look forward to the day when we stop using weight as a unit of measurement?
What?
Weight is weight
Oh, yeah.
is in the
You want to
most
use mass?
Ounces, pounds.
weight in the most crude, in the most rough definition is mass plus the force of gravity. So, which is why you can be quote unquote weightless in a gravityless environment.
And now I just forgot my birthday. Thanks.
But this is why technically
What
one-
year
most,
is it?
but this is why most science is done in mass, because mass is constant. It is
I got a
constant,
question.
Regardless of gravity. Sorry, go.
Is laughter if it's still a thing on the outside? I don't remember.
Yeah, it is.
This would only happen here.
Where am I?
Barely happens here either. Yeah.
I have
Anyway,
scotch
which
now.
which to clarify
label?
what my statement was.
I'm gonna
Okay,
forget
well,
how to
movies,
drink
right?
water now.
Let it. Yeah, you got.
When
you
I
got a
when I was
drinking
saying I
problem.
look forward to the day we use mass instead, what I really
Yeah.
meant to say was, God fucking damn it, I look forward to the day when we're traveling space. That'll be fun.
Dude,
Yeah.
What? I don't know.
Dude, we're
Now I forgot how to do my job.
We're
Yeah.
shit posting early, by the way. We're shit posting early, by the way.
Oh my
Yeah.
God, I
Hey,
can't breathe
you know
anymore.
what,
What's
man?
going on?
we always come around by like the third segment and start talking about serious shit again. So
Yeah, this is
No,
our
Do we
first
have
part of
any
the
topics?
I made not
Yeah.
serious shit, and I had to follow it up immediately by going mind-blowingly serious again.
See, look,
Sorry.
last weekend we had the game show or Game Awards show shit to work off of, so we had like that, and then into topics from there. So
By the way, I think I passed out at the end of last week's stream, so
Did you?
I can't do that tonight. Okay?
what? Pass out?
Yeah,
Yeah, you can do
not
that.
not okay.
You
Not
can
okay.
always do that. I'm gonna do it.
so paranoid
No,
of
you
snoring
left.
on a stream.
You
Oh, did I
left.
say goodbye? I don't even
Yeah.
remember leaving.
You had left, and then shortly after Nick left, like literally 30 seconds, and then
Yeah.
immediately after the joke came of, all right, he's going to her house.
And then we heard some
I
This
know.
yodeling.
is why.
Here's-
This
I
is
know
why
why
there's
I
these
left.
theories.
We heard some yodeling and some like exclamations of like pleasure.
I know exactly why I left. I'm pretty sure by that point it was 2 in the morning, and I was like,
Yeah.
no, I'm going to bed. Fuck you guys.
Close enough. Close enough for government work for sure.
Well, he said the right word, but it just wasn't in the right context.
Yeah. What? Dick cheese?
What? What?
For that word. What's the proper context for that word, Ryan?
Well, he said fuck.
No, I'm saying dick cheese. What's the proper context for that word? That word in particular,
my-
man.
It's when your dick nasty.
yeah, it's that.
You gotta clean up that foreskin, son. Okay, now we're done with that.
After we lost four
was-
viewers.
Yeah.
Disturbing.
Now we gained 2. Oh, jeez. No, I've just been up since like 3:30.
Well, what's the equivalent? What's the male equivalent of a blue waffle?
Oh, I don't even know what this is.
I don't know this.
How do you not know what a blue waffle is?
Oh.
Because I'm not a sick individual. I don't give a
Have you
shit.
not been on the internet ever?
Oh,
I'm
God.
I have. I don't know what that one is though.
Can I not Google this?
Yeah, don't.
I'm not gonna
No,
Google
man.
that at all. Like, holy crap.
What makes me laugh is that when people
Oh, that is
reference,
terrifying. Yeah.
when people reference blue waffles, they will link to an image of an actual blue waffle, like a
Yeah.
Waffle House waffle that's like turned blue.
I'm okay
Like,
with that.
no.
And I'm like, how many pages of Google image searches did you have to go through to find that?
That is one disease
I don't want to
vagina.
know.
That is
You found
terrifying.
it.
I looked into the abyss.
No, you haven't.
I haven't.
No, you haven't. You have not looked into the abyss. I have a friend who looked into the abyss. What was it?
I
You were
am I
Googling.
no abyss looker.
Someone said something, and then he decided to look up, like, shit dick. So basically, like,
Oh,
get
God,
covered in
this was
liquid
freaking
condom shit.
horrible.
And he found it, and it was like, oh my god, what have you done?
Dude, I
Why did you look for that? Why?
Remy's gonna leave if we don't stop this. By
I
the
got a
way.
rectal
No, I was
exam and
there
my
when
doctor
this
was looking
happened.
into the abyss.
Oh,
She was there when
I
it
was
happened,
there.
and she put all caps in, do not click that link.
And people didn't listen to me. People were like,
Yeah,
click,
it
click,
was
and I'm like,
that's the thing. It's people's own curiosity. So just by saying what I said, people are automatically opening a tab to
Yeah.
Google and checking it out, and they're all like, "Oh God, why?"
I've been on the
bookmarking
internet
that
for
page.
a long time, and in that time, I've learned if there's something that sounds weird, I'm not going to look for it.
Yeah. Oh no, I
Yes.
always have to satisfy my curiosity because if somebody tells me don't look at it, that's the first fucking thing I want to do. So, I mean, I'm not saying I'm smart, but I've seen a lot of fucking diseased vaginas.
wait,
Pain
what?
Olympics.
Oh, God.
Pain Olympics.
The blue waffle. That's the first thing that came up. I don't know if that's what it refers to, but don't Google it.
Dirty vaginas.
Yeah,
It's just not a good thing. Just say no.
yeah, it's
Wait, I was just asking if dick cheese was like the fucking male equivalent of a blue waffle.
No.
Pretty much. No, not.
No,
not,
because
well, I mean, unless it gets
dick
really
cheese-
bad.
I thought Dick
Yeah.
Cheese was that lounge singer.
Dick cheese is when a guy who is
Oh, was
uncut
he?
doesn't really know how to clean himself and needs some help.
Yeah.
A blue waffle is like a concerted effort to have some serious levels of infection
Yeah.
and
To never
fog
bathe,
going on.
ever.
Yeah.
But isn't Dick Cheese that? Oh no, his name is Richard Cheese, and he's
Richard.
singing. Okay. Rolling down the street.
That
Alright,
reminds
well,
me, Optimus
we just gave
hasn't sent me
somebody.
my dick today. Let me
Wait,
remind
what
him.
about your dick?
Whoa.
Okay, so since
Oh,
Gamergate
God.
has
The
started,
tiredness is.
I have been sent at least a dick a day,
Oh.
like on average. And
Does it
so
keep
I
the
was
doctor
sharing
away?
You said it. I didn't have to.
I was sharing this
The low-hanging
information with Optimus. So he tweets me a picture of like Dick Cheney, whoever
Yeah.
else, every day.
Richard Nixon.
hmm
I think you were talking about that, and I said,
Yeah, that's
tricky."
whatever. I seen it. I was like, what the
That's
hell
one
did I
tricky
just stumble into? 'Cause they were just talking
Yeah,
about
it's just
dicks, and I'm
because
like,
I had mentioned it to him, and then it turned into like them asking, like, "Oh, have you seen this person? You seen this person?" If I was a bad person, like I would make a Dicks of Gamergate Twitter account and just post them and be like, "Guess the penis." But yeah,
Guess the penis. As if we're all like trading our dick pics and shit.
I don't know. It sure looks like it.
I've
It's
got
like they're like
trading cards.
Pokemon cards.
gotta collect them all.
This one's painted up to look like Pikachu.
That I would, you know.
Oh god, Thundershock.
Oh, it's super effective.
I think I've seen that before.
That's fainting.
Oh, Jesus Christ. That's
Bite.
I can die happy now.
What?
Optimus is not responding to my tweets,
Oh,
so I
hey,
think he
Mike.
might be away.
Mike,
Oh, that sucks.
That's sad. No dad.
I think Mike's going to show up, so let me
Oh hell yeah.
toss him the link. He always comes on and immediately does Bane. He just interrupts
Yeah, well,
whatever we're doing.
see, the thing is, though, is his voice automatically sounds like Bane, so he doesn't even have to try that hard.
I want somebody who can sound like Michael Caine.
I want somebody who can sound like Total Biscuit.
I love,
God,
oh,
you
I
guys
love,
total
I love
biscuit.
Michael Caine.
What was that, Remy?
You guys in TB is like me and Fewer. It's like really bad.
Yeah, what's up with you and tuberculosis, guys? Oh, wait, I made that joke last week. Fuck.
You did. You're recycling.
Fuck. It's consumption.
Well, that's it. We've reached the...
Always consumption.
yeah.
Release the end of the hype train, guys. It's all over. The fucking show is real. We're just a bunch of hacks.
Yep.
Hey guys. Hey guys.
Yeah.
Do you want to hear my Total Biscuit impression?
Yeah. Let's do it.
Alright.
I'm not gonna get this.
Sorry. Sorry. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Total Biscuit. I'm here to answer one simple question. WTF is Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. How was that?
It sounded like Barney doing a Total Biscuit impression.
Oh crap. Yeah, I'm kind of nervous. Sorry.
No, you're fine, man. It's you're kind of coming in a little muffled, is I think the problem.
Okay.
Take the gas mask off and yeah.
Yes.
Inhale some
War
oxygen.
is not-
The war ended
Oh,
almost
good Lord.
100 years ago, sir. You don't.
He's waiting for the
stand
metro,
mustard
I think,
gas
but-
no more.
He's waiting for the metro shit to go down, man. He's just being prepared.
Well, I don't. Well, I don't.
All right. It looks like John is joining us too. So
I don't know who
ready
these
for
people
like
are.
4 hours of rape jokes. So
Okay, that John.
yeah.
Oh god, this.
You were on the
he's
stream with
coming
him
in.
last week, Remy, I think.
Yeah,
Oh,
this
okay.
is this is
Yeah,
gay capital.
yeah, him. He's a good guy though.
Yeah.
I still have to make a joke about him telling me what kind of what I believe because I'm a liberal because that was funny. That's still funny.
Oh, he's the guy with the fancy mic and everything.
Yes.
Yeah, this
yes.
is the
he's
guy
that
who
he
fucking.
was okay.
He's the one with the
talking shit.
You
up.
missed it. You missed it the day
on
Dr.
others.
Science Wizard was hosting because that was the day he came on and the first thing he had out of his mouths were a series of rape jokes and I was like,
Yeah.
holy fuck.
I know, and he hasn't made any
shit.
sense, but we keep grilling.
No,
him
I think
about it.
he's gone through the ones he knows. Although now that I say that, he's gonna come in and have like 3 dozen
I
brands.
spent
Hey,
all
guys,
last
I'm
week.
like,
I spent all last week concocting a bunch of rape jokes. So I'm prepared, man. I got
Craps,
my
Well,
material.
he's
Did
a
he
homebrewer.
tell-
He craps his own.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for him to
Rape
come
is
and start
funny, am I
throwing out
right?
that fucking shit he was tweeting at me.
Yeah.
He's in the chat too.
Oh, is he?
Mhm.
All right.
Well, when he gets to this part, he'll know that I'm gonna shit all over him. No, I'm kidding.
Oh my.
Figuratively and literally, it'll
Oh
be a
my.
fucking blast.
Yes, indeed.
My.
Hello, reformers.
Are you
Oh,
Jeremy Irons?
Did you already
No.
send him the link?
Oh.
Did you already send him the link?
Yeah, I sent everybody the link.
All right.
to the fucking thing we're doing here.
We really have, like, you're not even Englishing well anymore, sweetie.
Are you just high as fuck, or have you been mixing those with
No,
the
you guys have replaced all of his knowledge. He just doesn't know what to do anymore.
Yeah, words.
Well, that didn't take long at all. My goodness.
Yeah, I didn't say I had a high capacity brain here. It's kind of the problem, guys.
Holy shit, he's not wearing a blue shirt this week.
I know. I was gonna say,
He went red. He's red pilled.
He's wearing the red shirt, so we're gonna fucking kill him off first.
I'm gonna die within the next half hour.
But is he the old school red shirt, or is he the modern red shirt with Picard? Because that red shirt
I don't
never
even
gets.
know.
Old red shirt.
I know why he's wearing a red shirt. It's
We're
in case
gonna
he gets
witness a
shot.
murder today.
He's wearing pajamas.
Nobody will know he's bleeding.
He's wearing
Exactly.
pajamas.
We're going old school England on this one.
All right.
Shall we get show, right?
Hey there, Bob.
By the way, I only just started playing BioShock this past week.
What?
The first one?
Yes, the first one. Like, I've already established this. I'm like a Call of Duty fanboy, so I've played for most of my gaming life like Call of Duty or racing games, and I've only finally started getting into
Fucking
Steam.
casual.
Right. Holy shit.
And so, oh my god, the fucking Big Daddy.
Pleb.
You know what? Just shut up now and just do the rape jokes, okay? That's
Hold on a
fine.
second. I'm going to be honest. I've never
Yeah,
actually
but I
played
feel you're not, so you
Bioshock.
don't say nothing back.
There
Hey,
you
John,
go,
don't
see?
feel bad. I've never played Bioshock either.
Do
So.
what we pay you
See
for.
that? We got someone else who's never
I
played.
got Bioshock 1 with a pairing of Elder Scrolls Oblivion. It was cool.
Really?
I've never played a Bioshock
double
game.
pack?
Right, we need
It
to fix
was
that.
ages ago.
Okay.
I haven't beaten Bioshock, but I played it. It's a great
You
game.
got the Xbox. That
It
was
is
the
a great
Xbox
game.
361, right? That pack that came with the thing and the other thing.
No, no,
Oh,
no.
I-
This was for PC. There was a 2-for-1 combo. I found it just on the store randomly. It was
Gotcha.
both in the same box, but it was Bioshock, the disc for Bioshock, and then the disc for Oblivion.
Who's in the chat?
Oh, there you go.
Your mama.
Yeah, he's out of
No,
jokes.
she's
He's
literally in there. She's like, "You're doing so well, son. Keep up the rape jokes.
Why don't you call me anymore?
Yeah, why don't you call me anymore? And also, lay off the dick jokes."
Hey, John, I'm going to be honest. I think the rape joke thing is a
You're
little more
gonna get
incriminating than your
married.
tweet on me.
Yeah.
I literally I made like 3 or 4 jokes the first time I was here, and now like people are just trying to be like, yeah, you're the rape joke guy.
I didn't hear. I don't think you made a single one last week.
No,
At least when
exactly.
I was
They
paying
were-
No, that was
attention.
the second time he's been here.
Vagina without consent, without consent. Comments made at all in several streams that occurred. Anyways, the thing that I wanted to comment about with BioShock is one, the similarity between the Big Daddy and the Panzer Soldat from Zombies is uncanny. Like, I'm pretty sure whenever the people who did, was it Treyarch, was doing Call of Duty Zombies and they did Origins, they were like, you know what, we need something that looks like the Big Daddy.
George Romero?
No. This is in the next one, Black Ops 2.
Okay. Yeah, I could see it.
It looks okay. And also, the second thing I wanted to say is that that game is not about the free market gone wild, because there's no fucking free market in it.
No.
It's a whole bunch of government stores, and then when you look up the Wikipedia, it blames it on libertarianism gone wild, but it's not. It's like one guy selling a whole bunch of stores, and then everyone does like the stupidest shit ever. And
No. Yeah, the argument for being libertarian is that Andrew Ryan is a hardcore libertarian, and that's
He's
why he
not.
knows there.
He's
He
not.
forsakes. He's not all that.
Like under what government, like under what system does like a guy who maniacally is addicted to modifying people's faces beyond their wishes get like any sort of traction? Like that guy would have been in fucking jail on day one.
Hey, excuse
in any
me for a
sort of
second.
libertarian-
I want Remy. You're a fan of the folks who made the Vanishing of Ethan Carter, right?
The astronauts, yes, very much
Yeah.
so.
So Arthur Geis is on Twitter talking mad shit about them because of their opinions about Gamergate.
Who is?
Arthur
What?
Geis of what is he? He writes
Okay.
for Polygon.
Well,
Oh,
he's an
fuck
idiot,
that guy.
because first and foremost, not all of the astronauts are pro-Gamergate. One
Right.
of them is. How do people who are press and who are actually in the industry not understand
Oh.
how dev teams work?
Well,
Please
here's-
link me something. I would love to rip on the Polygon
He
guy.
was actually speaking about Adrian in particular. So
Oh, he is an idiot.
And all I have is an image link, whatever that is.
Very nice.
Oh, fine.
That was smooth.
Yeah, so I don't have
They
his.
get polygon.
But I mean, you can look at the picture and seethe in rage if you want.
Yeah, I'll hunt him down. It's what I do.
Yeah, he's.
Speaking of polygon, I've seen in the article.
But Arthur's a cunt. I'm gonna stab him in the fucking face with my.
You know, you guys say
I'm
that,
just
but that happens to be a part of the body I'm pretty fond. Like,
too.
I
we
really
think
like
of
that
it
part of the body
different.
too. Come to think of it, yes.
Hey,
That's,
she didn't
what?
object when I was called a faggot 16 times in a row.
that's not a part of the body I'm fond of, though. It's different.
Yeah, he had the dick.
That's either a cigarette or a homosexual, and I'm like, don't, I
What
don't
did
care if
you
you're
say?
homosexual,
Did you
but
say
if you're a cigarette, you better
homosexual?
get out of my presence.
Did you say a homosexual?
Homosexual. He
Homosexual.
can't say the word
Homosexual.
right because if he did, if he said the word homosexual 3 times in a row, he might get a little bit of a
Beetlejuice
gay
shows
thought.
up. Okay.
Yeah, just like if you say Drake's your ex's name 3 times in the mirror, Drake appears and cries with you.
But no, Remy, I appreciate your perspective, and I will try to keep that in mind moving forward.
Well, it's like that and MFer. Like, those are the two that always really confuse me. Because
Yeah.
I'm like, I like MFers. If it wasn't for MFers, I'd never have sex.
Yeah, I get
So-
it. It is strange that those two things have
MFers.
negative connotations to them. And
It's
What's
because
Oh, wait, I don't curse on streams. I know that's, like, novel
it's
to you.
from
'cause you
it's
know I
because of
talk.
the days when we were like 13, and
Yeah.
the idea of boning a classmate's mom was the biggest insult ever. That's why.
And then,
Y'all clearly did not have attractive classmates.
I know.
moms. I,
I'm
on the other
sorry.
hand,
But that's
Oh,
still
we
a thing
did,
if you
we
play
did,
Call of Duty.
but
That's still a thing if you play Call of Duty.
what?
People still love to throw that
Well,
insult
it's
at you.
not. It's not like an
you
insult,
put-
like in its content. It's insulting. It's more of like just 2 words that are strung together. Is like
Your mom.
like an abrasive like fucking.
Your mom.
You play Call of Duty, you're surrounded by 12-year-olds. It's just
Exactly.
Yep.
It's,
Hey, did
yes,
we
no
lose?
we called you
escaping.
12, John.
Oh, there he is again. Okay, he's back. Do the Bane, do the Bane.
Wow. We know what your
Husband.
mind is at there, Cyber.
Yeah. Do the Bane. What? Fucking fictional characters? Do the Bane, do the Bane.
Give me the script.
What's up?
Give me the script. Do it.
Do you have the script?
We got Bane and Harley Quinn here. We're good to go.
Do you have it handy?
No,
This
no,
is-
no. Give me the script.
Well, actually, we got
John.
I said handy. Okay.
we got. Oh God! Did you do what I think you did? You did,
You
motherfucker.
did, you did. You already stole your thunder, man, but it's fucking funny.
Firefox, I hate you.
better than I.
I'd love to know how long exactly you spent looking for that link.
oh no, that was only a few minutes. Trust me, I'll get some more concentrated stuff for you. Okay, so for everyone on the stream everyone on the stream.
No, I explained it.
He already
Oh, did you?
explained it. Yeah,
Okay.
he already did. He beat you to it. In fact,
Because
he
he was like,
Why would
he
make
was
up
you knew you were gonna come on and do it. He was like, nope, fuck this. I'm gonna tell it first.
because the whole time I'm like, oh, this is a great pair of headphones. It's like economically and really good. He's like, yeah, but what about the V-Modas? What about the V-Modas? No, I really like the V-Modas. Are they good? Are they good? Are they? Are they? And I'm like, well, if you want to fucking get them, go get you. You blew $300 on a pair of Astros, which are like just fucking gaming headphones. Like you have the money. If you want to go get it, go fucking get it.
Yeah, he's in love with Total Biscuit.
Like, you know what we'll do? We'll make we'll customize the headphones for you, and like on the side we'll get like Total Biscuit's like head, and then right below his dick coming out, and then your head going on top of the dick, like to symbolize your affection for him.
Yeah,
Oh
you're
my
not even
God.
doing anything sexual to the dick. You're just laying there resting on it.
Right,
because
exactly,
you get the dick.
exactly.
Biscuit stick
It's
on
just
you.
it's an appreciation of both of his headphones and his dick.
I think that the chat is saying that we need a topic.
Well, I tried to talk about BioShock, but everyone was like, "Let's talk."
We
about
can talk
headphones,
about how
so.
much I hate chat. No,
Talk about sex.
No, I
can
love
talk about-
Bioshock though. These are
you
absolutely
can-
my favorite games.
All the good things. And
Actually, that's a great
that
name.
Maybe.
I
Groot
said
I am.
hop. A hippie is a hip hop. You don't stop the rock to the bang bang.
Yeah.
To the rhythm of the booty beat.
I realized
this
it's
last
actually
time.
look.
I remember
hey,
this. This is
hold on a
boring now.
second. We got Bane, Harley Quinn, and the Joker in here.
Yeah,
Okay,
you
well,
do.
unless it's gonna be an actual battle
Who's
that
the
happens.
Joker? Who's the Joker?
Well, I can kind of do it. Like, I don't know what to say though. Like, give me
I
a.
don't think you
line
can
of-
ever say
the
that
Joker?
works.
The only thing I could say is I've got a lovely bunch of coconuts.
We are on the
I would like to state, though, that Joker would probably be right at home from Bioshock. In fact, Joker is probably from the Bioshock universe.
This guy won't shut up.
And he writes.
Oh, okay.
Character voices make me want
Welcome
to
to your doom. Huh?
Character voices make me want to leave streams. I don't know.
Sure, but you liked my Harley.
Yeah, but that's because it gave him a
You're
bone.
hardly because you were selective with it. You didn't do entire sentences with it. I don't know.
She did,
All
actually.
things in moderation.
She recited a fucking thing from the show.
Oh! I forget that part. I must have been out for that one. I don't remember that.
It was on request, though. I don't just do it like spontaneous.
Right.
I only do it when Ryan brings it up, and then all the time in between those times.
Or the Barney song.
There are
that
just
was
points where
fucking
I'm like,
priceless.
I'm comfortable with everyone's voice that like hearing it change like that repeatedly is like, no, can we just not? Okay.
Triggers you?
I still gotta say the Barney thing was the absolute fucking greatest. That it was just like, holy fuck, how?
Did you guys hear that?
I can already picture what he's referring to.
Did.
Yeah.
I know exactly what he means.
Well, you know that God damn it, the English language is failing me.
The Mimi.
Yeah, that thing. I love you. You love
Yes,
me. That thing.
I had a feeling that was the one he's referring to, and I was like,
Yeah.
I could see Dr. Science Wizard being able to do a decent version of that. Okay.
Yeah, that's it. I'm not gonna do it.
You're not gonna say the rest of it.
'Cause, I mean,
well, you don't want to steal John's thunder for being a rape jokist.
No, I just can't.
You can totally take that one.
I don't have that thing handy, so. Also, I said handy again.
Yeah, true.
But
All right, that's chat.
See, if Claw was here,
You
you'd be
guys
in trouble for
have a
being
topic for
ableist.
us or what?
Yeah.
Oh, Marco. Actually, Marco in chat wants Remy to do the Harlequin. Wait. Do Harley Zoe Quinn, Remy.
Oh, Jesus.
I don't think she can do that.
Yeah, that's not.
Donate to my Patreon.
I'm not entirely sure that she knows who Zoe Quinn is.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, chat. Give us the topic.
She's not the one that's Batman, right?
She's not the one.
Yeah, Brianna's Batman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's crazy. But honestly, it
Jonathan
fits because
McIntosh is
she's
like,
an
I want to put a bullet in you.
Who did we just lose? Why are we losing people?
John probably had a conversation.
We need a topic. Chat.
Give
There
us
you
a
go.
topic.
All right, chat, save us.
Save us from ourselves.
I don't know what you guys are talking about. I'm doing fine.
Did we want to talk about S.H.I.E.L.D.?
Yeah.
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. About the fact that they did the world's largest cock tease in this last episode.
Yeah.
Do you not understand what a mid-season
haven't
finale
watched
is?
it yet.
If you are a
I haven't
nerd, you
watched
know
the
exactly what
I
happened
haven't
there.
seen like the newest episode. I torrent all of them, so I'm 1 week behind.
Dude, the
Okay.
Inhumans.
Still
Well, we
watched
should not
it.
talk about it then, because the newest episode is good. And
I
Inhumans.
still haven't watched
Mist,
it.
Terrigen Mist.
You can torrent.
Why
and be
are we all
1 day
talking?
behind.
I
Yeah, we
still
haven't
haven't
watched
seen
it.
it yet.
Okay,
Ron hasn't
Ryan
seen
hasn't
it either,
seen it,
so we
so
can't.
new topic is, according to our chat, Mercedes' interview on Pac-Man show.
Oh,
I had
fantastic.
never before in my life thought that Pac-Man was a beta, and I might have been assessing him wrong. No, it was good. She was amazing. She's always amazing. She's impeccable. I adore her.
She's brilliant as fuck.
yeah, she is. She's
It happens when
I
you get
had-
an aerospace engineer to do porn.
right.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Helen?
and she is just, she's above and beyond, but she even rags on her own education. I mean, she even talks about how the educational system failed her. But I just love that she definitely goes out there and breaks stereotypes and
Oh yeah.
I love the whole
She's
part
great.
where, like, last time we talked about her, you said she's smarter than all of you guys, and I was like, bummed for a second. And then I was like, wait a minute,
I
you're
kind
right.
of got offended. I was like, whoa now.
Have y'all talked to her though? She really is.
No.
Yes,
No.
Hey, look, hold on. We have an empty space. Can
Undoubtedly.
you get her in here? So we can talk to her?
And
'Cause
that's-
I've never.
I think she was doing another stream, but it's worth trying.
But I think that's
I-
why it was. I felt so bad because it's like, you know what? I can't deny it. It is the truth. That woman is fucking smart.
She's gonna join here and be like, "You guys are all fucking retarded. I'm leaving."
I've had a There's two ways to handle this. Both of them may either diminish her intelligence or inflate my own. So I'm probably not going to go there. But I will say that I've had fantastic conversations with her, and I love having Twitter conversations with her. I would love to sit down and talk with her in real life, or even by sit down and talk to her, I mean like on a stream. Sitting down and talking to her in real life would.
That's our topic, guys. Dick Grayson, the best of the dicks.
Yes. Dick Grayson by far the best of the dicks. Dick Grayson's great.
Shitty Robin, though, but yeah, best of the dicks.
He's the first Robin. Of course he's shitty.
Yeah.
But he's a good Nightwing, and he makes a good Batman, too.
No, he wasn't the first. The first Robin died.
No, he was the first Robin. Dick Grayson is the first Robin. The second Robin is Jason Todd. Jason Todd dies.
And then the third was Tim Drake.
Yeah, dies and comes back to life.
And then Damian Wayne.
Yep.
Sort of.
Damian Wayne dies.
They're bringing him
comes back to life.
Let's wait.
He comes back to life too? Of course he does.
Yeah. They.
It's Bruce Wayne's son. How are they not gonna?
Yeah, really, every one of them has come back to life. Come to think of it, of those who've died, there's not been one that's stayed dead.
Guys.
Comics.
Yeah.
Guys,
What's up?
Like I say, this is a great Dorkly article which called "Robin is the Eevee of Comics."
What?
The Eevee of Comics.
I see what he's saying. He's the Eevee of comics, like in how Pokemon, how they he changed.
There's about 80 different.
Oh yeah. Robin. Yeah, the role of Robin is definitely the Eevee of comics. You're absolutely right about that. Yeah. Yeah, the Robin starts off always, and then the person goes on to do different things. You have Dick Grayson becoming Nightwing, Jason Todd becoming the Red Hood. Tim Drake, I don't know if Tim Drake did anything, and Damian Wayne is still in development.
Red Robin.
But he's on the what?
Red Robin, in the future. That's what Dick Grayson actually became later on.
Oh, Tim Drake.
Well, that's because I think Robin is more of like a training program.
You guys
it's a training program for one of the superheroes.
Tim Drake, Red Robin, from what I understand, isn't.
I thought it was Grayson.
They toy with it twice because there's I remember at least from I think they took part of the element. Okay, so there's the show Batman Brave and the Bold was.
Yeah.
And there was one where Robin is an adult, still running around in the Robin suit and everything, but he's his own sort of hero, and he's in Bloodhaven. Now, I know in the comics, Dick Grayson is the Guardian of Bloodhaven, but not as a Robin figure, but as Nightwing.
Yeah.
So is Red Robin supposed to be adult version of Robin, and is his city
Kingdom Come
or something?
Well, see, in Kingdom Come it was middle-aged Dick Grayson, and he reclaimed the Robin mantle and became Red Robin. So Jason Todd has been Red Robin as well.
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes, Remy.
So
Tim
about
Drake
3.5 hours ago, you said, I'm looking at my imaginary watch on my wrist here, that you don't read comics?
Yep. That was from, like I said, that knowledge there is just from going to the wikis.
Right. And to answer that question,
reading basically the character bios and everything they go through in the wikis.
Tim Drake is the most recent Red Robin, so.
I did that for DC 2 summers ago because I was at work and I was bored and I was like, let's look up all these characters. And that was around the same time the Injustice mobile app came out, so I was like, that's interesting. This character looks cool. Let's look up who this is. Oh, let's read all about them. So I would just do that. I've never actually read comics for the most part. I have some, but I've never done it.
This is why I don't like Batman. And it's an odd thing for anyone who reads comics to say. I know. I don't like Batman. I like his villains, and I like his Robins. His Robins are so much interesting. More interesting than Batman actually is, because Batman is just, I need to protect the city. I can never do anything
Guys,
else.
hold on. We have to stop. King Faggot's joined.
Oh, yeah.
I heard some misinformation, and I had to come in and straighten things out.
Oh, good. What about? Straighten it out.
Oh, my God.
It's probably me. Go ahead.
Oh my God.
Comic related?
You missed a Robin.
Oh, I probably did. I don't know.
You missed Stephanie.
Yeah. I was gonna say she's
everybody forgets Stephanie though.
But she's not in the New 52.
Well, keep in mind my knowledge is from looking at the wiki almost 2 years ago now. So.
And I not only knowledge New 52, so.
I was gonna say speaking of New 52.
What?
See, New 52
Dad, are we gonna throw down?
I don't acknowledge something that was made in a haste to boost sales. because that's all the New 52 was.
Right.
See,
Not sad. Not sad about New 52. You look at Optimus. Look at Optimus's avatar. Before they did that, they were going to do a Justice League Transformers crossover.
Yeah, that never happened.
It's sad.
So.
Yeah, I remember when Williams discovered that link, and he was like, "This is the greatest thing ever. Why did this not happen?"
Yeah.
New 52 is the reason why I had a chance to get into comics, because me and a bunch of my friends are the types that, like, if we're going to get into something, we want to get into it on kind of the ground floor. We want to be able to collect everything. So the New 52 gave me that chance to get in on DC, on all of the different comics, and start at number 1. Even if it's not the original number 1, which it would be impossible to get with Action Comics, unless I have billions of dollars.
It's probably free on Comixology.
No, it's not billions, just a few million.
Just a few million. If I want to collect everything, of Action Comics, I couldn't go back to number 1, because collecting everything cost me probably billions. But, it's like I get this chance to jump in on the ground floor and continue to read, and then I took DC and I took Marvel and Indies.
And this is why I support you.
I love Harley.
Yeah, Harley getting her own comic is also a great plus for the New 52.
And how she looks too. Well, I remember when this came out, there was a lot of hubbub about people. I actually got in a fucking Facebook argument with some dick over this about Harley's depiction, because there was one where she's a lot more sexualized than she used to, and it's like, who fucking cares? It's still Harley.
Funny.
As long as it acts the way it acts, it doesn't matter how it looks.
You know what's happening in the story arc right now?
How is she... Okay, woman talking about clothes. How is she more sexualized? I've worn spandex outfits, and I've worn booty shorts and corsets. You're a lot more covered.
Tell me more.
You're a lot more covered in booty shorts and a corset. That spandex thing, there is no...
Doesn't
Becca and I were talking about this. Yeah, there is nothing left to the imagination.
It's because I can see your ankles.
Here's hold on here. Let me find an example of what people are referring to, though. And I get what they mean. Because it's a little...
Where did Harley first show up?
Batman
animated.
cartoon.
Batman animated.
Yeah. Harley was originally a cartoon.
Created by Bruce Timm.
Don't talk over each other.
Yeah, I was just being a dick there, Remy. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Harley was originally created just for the animated series. She was so popular that they added her to the comic during Cataclysm, and let's see if I remember correctly.
The thing with Harley though is that she was basically just the equivalent of a drawn-on, like a walk-on role, and she was supposed to be like one scene, and that was it. But then everyone was like, "Oh my God, she's amazing."
Yeah.
Plus, Arlene Sorkin is just the most awesome voice ever.
Yes.
And let's see, I was trying to, and of course it was the beauty of it was her first appearance in the comics was drawn by Alex Ross. So.
Oh, that one. Yeah, that awesome image of her and the Joker.
Oh, the one where he's got her. It's kind of like a dance pose with his. Yeah. Fucking Alex Ross, man, that guy's talented.
Here's a link to what people I think are referring to. Now, keep in mind, I get exactly what Remy's saying, because, and this is actually an argument I'd made in the debate I had with this person too, was that the skin tight suit is by far a little more sexualized. But it's the idea that we're going to show skin, but some of it is going to be in particularly suggestive locations and stuff like that. That was the sort of
tummies or
premise, like New Jersey.
Yes, and showing cleavage and stuff, and skin and some thigh skin and crap like that. Yeah. That was really it, and that was his whole thing, was that it's sexualizing. It's like, and our
show an ankle, guys,
including the person whose Twitter feed this was happening, was like, but it still behaves like Harley, so I don't fucking care.
like Harley.
Well, and how has she ever not been a sexual character? I mean, the whole...
I know, that's the thing too. It's like...
That's
So,
part of
not
why.
wearing Harlequin.
somebody
Right.
who calls a raging psychopath pudding
Yeah.
is a sexualized character. I'm sorry.
Well, no, and I don't like the term sexualized. I mean, she is a sexual person. I don't think
Right.
she's sexualized. Sexualized implies that she couldn't kick every guy who's calling her that's rear end. Like,
Yes.
I think she's a sexual person. She owns it. She's super sexy. She's adorable. None of that's bad. And I
Yeah.
really like that particular storyline for her. So I don't know.
And I guess the other thing about her was that I think the skin tight suit was not as. I didn't get a kick out of the skin tight suit. I don't get a kick out of things like latex. That's not my thing. But the new one, I sort of do. I find that one a little more visually appealing to me. It does seem more attractive and it's more like a character that, like, visually it pleases the eyes. Not that Hold Harley didn't, but it pleases the eyes in a sexual way. And I kind of get that impression more from this one than I did the old one. And it's like,
dude.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's this picture on Twitter, right? It's of the fucking Double Down, KFC Double Down. And somebody says, there's nothing sweet or savory about the rotting carcass of a chicken twisted and crushed with cruelty. There's nothing delicious about blood-mouthed carnish food. How does it feel knowing your stomach is a graveyard? The response is, I'm sorry, but you just inadvertently wrote the most metal description of eating a chicken sandwich in the history of mankind. And he goes, my stomach is a graveyard. No living being can quench my bloodthirst. I swallow my enemies whole, especially if they're Kentucky Fried Death.
Yeah. Also,
Jesus. Okay.
I don't remember who said it, but somebody said, especially when Harley looks like that.
Oh, yeah.
I'd like to say that if Amanda Connor, who writes the current Harley run, she doesn't technically draw it, but she has administrative,
She does the cover art as well.
She does the cover art. She has other people drawing the actual images, but she does the cover art. If Amanda Connor, who originally started off as the artist of Power Girl, J. Scott Campbell and Francesca could draw every freaking comic ever, I would be so happy.
Yes.
I'm kind of iffy on J. Scott Campbell. I mean, like, some of his stuff is awesome, and then
Well, the problem with J. Scott Campbell, it takes him like 5 years to finish a book.
Right.
Yeah.
Him and Joe Madureira or whatever.
Yeah, Madureira.
Yeah.
He's better than John Romita Jr. I'm just gonna say that.
I like Madureira Jr.
And this is it's interesting because, I mean, I guess the counter argument to the statement that I made that it's still Harley would be that, well, none of the male heroes look that way, except a lot of the most popular male representations of the male heroes do look
right,
kind of like that.
I still can't figure out what that way is. I would love to be in this conversation and ask the person the last time.
Well, did you not see the images? Did you not see the images outside?
And I would take them to the mall and I'd say, hey, let's walk around, Hot Topic. Let's walk around Forever 21. Is that still a store? Let's
it's
walk
funny
around
because a lot of these people would say they have problems with those stores too, I think. But it's like they would still shop there. Anyway, but it's that those heroes, the male heroes, some of the best and the coolest versions of them aren't the ones where they're wearing the spandex skin-tight suits. It's the ones where they're modifying that and combining it with more like underground resistance style outfits kind of thing. That sort of thing is more appealing to me.
So kind of like Arkham City Batman.
Yeah,
Speaking of which, right there,
or for example, the arrow from Oliver from the show is more appealing than the Green Arrow with the hat.
Yeah,
I like Oliver Queen in the Arrow TV show because he looks. It's a more realistic interpretation, and that's the thing. That I think is the big thing. That I think is the big thing. Skin tight suits, much less. I think they do less for people when it comes to realism. The mixture of that plus other more like say cargo pants and pockets and kind of things and vests and like a bandolier sort of shit, that has more appeal to people, I think, because it's something that they can more easily identify in the real world.
Let's also point out the fact that spandex is not really fashionable in any sense.
No.
nor like the whole point of
And it
being
doesn't
sexy,
look like the way the heroes look either. I mean, the heroes are drawn as if they're naked, and then they're painted over. That's
Right.
how the style
it's
works.
easier.
You know, at least
Yeah.
Marvel tried to explain that, with the whole unstable molecules angle.
Unstable molecules. Oh, are we talking Fantastic Four and shit?
Well, yeah, it's funny because they did it with the Fantastic Four, but they kind of adapted it for every superhero ever in Marvel.
You're right.
Because I remember there was it was an old, oh god, this had to be in the 70s, but I picked it up in a like a compilation. I think it was during the Phoenix Saga, and it was a fight between the X-Men and Alpha Flight, and Storm was fighting Snowbird, and Snowbird was like a feral, like an owl, like a giant owl. And so Storm says, "I know, I'll use my cape, which is made of unstable molecules. She won't be able to break out." And blah 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 blah.
Let me guess, it was written by Chris Claremont.
But yeah, because he had to explain everything in detail, every freaking issue, because and I understand that, because as I think I said this last week, a comic is always somebody's first comic. So it doesn't hurt to hit that high nose, but his problem was he had the character actively explaining it every single issue.
Yeah, and it wasn't necessarily like thought bubbles either. It was like exposition, like the character telling you in detail why they're doing this thing.
It's Hannibal's to be or not to be in comic form. It's like, damn it.
With capes.
Hey guys.
Yeah.
Guys. So going back to Holly, do you know she's going to be in Suicide Squad?
She is. It'll be cool.
They've cast her already.
You mean Will Smith and his amazing friends?
Yeah, Will Smith's Deadshot, huh?
I know, that's weird.
I
don't know how I feel about that one.
What's she gonna look like?
He takes a shot, misses, and he's all, damn!
Yeah.
Fucking his Men in Black, damn.
What do you mean? What do you mean Deadshot misses?
I know, but that's the thing. I mean, they'll fuck it up. But
well, to be honest, the chances of a person missing is directly related to how sexy the woman is.
Oh,
true.
There's a correlation there.
I don't know what you mean, but I'm laughing at it.
I don't know what you mean. I've never missed with a sexy woman before.
Yeah.
Hey.
You guys were talking about the Harley Quinn.
But he doesn't talk to him either, so it kind
You
of.
guys were talking about
I do actually, but go on.
No, I'm sure you do. That wasn't actually meant to be a real critique.
Okay.
I think the host of the stream is trying to.
Oh,
you guys were talking about the.
Who cares about that guy?
Oh, that's it. I'm kicking all of you.
No, what's
Hey,
up?
I'm behaving.
You'll just stream alone.
You guys were talking about the Arkham City look and all the aesthetics to their costumes and shit like that, and that's honestly my favorite Harley Quinn.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
What's she gonna look like in the film? Do you think?
Oh, you're talking about the
Suicide Squad.
Suicide Squad?
It'll be
Whatever.
an adaptation of her most recent comic book look.
Here's
Most probably.
here's what it's gonna be like. Whatever Jared Leto looks like,
Yeah.
but female.
Oh yeah, that's who they cast as the Joker, huh?
Yep.
Yeah, whatever Jared Leto's Joker looks like, but female. That's how it's gonna look.
You know what?
Have you guys seen that?
I'm going to reserve my judgment for that. I think
Well, nobody's.
Absolutely.
I've not really seen anything that he's done, and I don't really care to yet.
Sure.
I'm willing to give him the benefit of the doubt.
Everybody has. Okay, I've explained to people that Will Smith is going to be Deadshot, and a lot of people are like, I don't like that.
I'm indifferent. I'm like, I don't know how to feel about
See,
it.
I looked at it. Look, I looked at it like this. A lot of people were looking at the whole Ben Affleck as Batman thing.
Yeah.
In a really skewered light. But then, they're like, fuck, dude, give the dude a chance. Maybe he comes out in the flops. Guess what? He did a bad job. Who cares,
Yeah.
Yeah, except everybody's gonna be like, "I told you so." Look at Daredevil.
Daredevil was a bad movie. It had much.
It was crap writing. It was the same thing with. There's another movie that.
Superman Returns.
Man of Steel. And Superman Returns.
I think Man of Steel was good.
Whoa! What did you just say about Daddy? Stop. What did you just say about Man of Steel?
Shit.
Said it's bad writing.
No, Man of Steel was good. Superman Returns was bad writing, but good acting.
Superman Returns was very good. Was good acting. I like that.
You know what? Superman Returns.
I liked Henry Cavill's acting in Man of Steel. I even really liked Zod. The story within which they were situated, and in particular the sheer level of destruction, that kind of ruined it for me.
Just so necessarily dark.
Question. Have you read Superman ever?
He doesn't
have
read
not.
comics.
I have.
Yeah.
I read the wiki. I read the wikis. I don't read much more.
Superman
And I know
comics.
Superman does take great pains to avoid that stuff. And this is the thing: I'm willing to give him the benefit of the doubt, like in
First
that it's
outing.
his first big fight. I'm willing to give him that benefit of the doubt. But this is a bit above and beyond the benefit of the doubt.
See,
And
my
the city
problem.
is gone. Like
My
it's
problem,
gone.
yeah, that's my problem. That's what's if this is setting a bar, yeah, that means we can never have Doomsday because there will never be a fight in Metropolis because Metropolis is already gone.
They'll take the fight to Gotham.
It'll be rebuilt.
See, that's just it. They're going to take the fight to Gotham.
Yeah, I'll take the vote to Gotham. That'd be cool.
So let's
But
just
no,
destroy.
I
Let's
get
just
that.
destroy the DC Earth.
Really,
Yeah,
I guess what I wanted.
Wait,
I guess
look,
my
look,
real
hold on,
problem was
hold
just
on.
that level of destruction to me was
The Justice League movie.
way too beer.
The Justice League movie is going to take place in the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Tony
There's no
Stark's
place
New York.
for us to go. We've destroyed our
Alright.
home world.
So who wanted to talk next?
Remy's
Remy was telling people to stop talking over each other. She's going to stab us. But this is what happens when you're passionate about a subject. You all just
It is.
You just get excited.
But
Viewer
I
said something bad about Daddy, and I let him continue, so it is okay. We can all take turns.
I just want to,
We're incapable of it.
before I pass the torch or the talking stick, I just want to clarify.
You
I
don't
guess
even know how-
the biggest problem I had with the movie was just the level of destruction. Honestly, if there had been a little more attention to that, I think the movie would have been excellent. It was just that it didn't quite match the Superman character. It was a little too above and beyond in the destruction, especially with how he takes out Zod at the end, where it's like, oh no, you can't fry this one family, despite the fact that there's, I'm sure, tens of thousands of people buried in rubble and dead at the moment, because this fight was just insane. It just felt a little too much on the visual side and not enough on focusing on the character of Superman. I just think that was the only real problem I had with it. Other than that, Henry Cavill was a great Superman. I think Zod was represented well. Oh, and a little bit of the Christian allegory I was not a huge fan of either, but that's I can live.
You're gonna get that in any Superman movie.
Okay.
Yeah, basically, I can live with that too. But Zod, Henry Cavill, and the story were overall pretty solid. It was just that part that was like, it's a little too showy. It's like Michael Bay got his hands on it somehow. I was like, yeah.
It really is just Snyder.
All right.
My turn.
Remy wants to talk.
Okay, so here's the thing, and this is why I think the over-the-top violence is defensible. Number one, and the thing that people take for granted with Superman, he's not human, and he doesn't have the same awareness that we do. He does things, and I think that Henry was great in portraying that when he would do things that are damaging and hurtful, and this look of just not comprehending would be on his face. Seeing the family, he can see them. He's aware of them. A building and associating that with people isn't necessarily the same thing. So I think it was showing a level of awareness. And the other thing with it is that it's a different telling. It's Superman is not consistent. I was explaining to Wade, I have never picked up a Superman comic. I'm a Peter Parker fan. That's always been my thing.
Yeah.
That movie made me want to read Superman because he was flawed, because he wasn't the over-the-top American Christian good guy. And yes, the allegory does get a little heavy, but that's Superman.
And they shit on evolution a bit if you caught it there too. It's like, no, that's not how it works.
Yeah, but that's the thing is that it was, of all of the portrayals of him that I've seen, that's the one that made me want to go out and buy a comic book. That, and I call him Daddy. That's my Superman.
And a lot of people actually look at this Superman as possibly the reason why the Justice League are showing up in this next film. Like, dude, look what the fuck you did. Like, they're not showing up to help him. They're showing up to fight Superman.
If anything is Batman, it's like, what the fuck? No.
You just destroyed a city.
Yeah, he's like,
yeah.
That's
which is funny, because that's the inverse of the usual Batman versus Superman situation. The usual Batman versus Superman situation, as you know from the comics, is Superman catches wind of this dude who's just beating the living shit out of all these people in Gotham. He's like, holy fuck, I gotta go and stop this guy.
Has anyone
I
read
also have no interest in Batman either. I mean, that's the thing is that movie got me interested in a character that is a little too. I don't like flawless characters. I like characters that. I like Peter Parker. I mean, he's my favorite. I
Yes.
like characters that have things that are wrong with him. And Wade, who is my fountain of comic book knowledge, actually posted like way up in the chat asking for me to tag him in. So high five, tag, you go.
Woo! Okay, so the fact is, okay, I hate the way that Jonathan Kent died in that movie. I really do, because
Yes,
there's no way.
That was a bit of a stupid way to die. I get it though. I could actually live with that. That was fine for me because
No.
like, I get it. He's so over the top in wanting his son to be human that he doesn't want him to use his powers to save.
But that's the
I
thing.
get the perception. I get the
Jonathan
idea.
Kent is supposed to die in a way that Superman can't, not won't, can't prevent it. He's supposed to die of a heart attack because that's something that Superman can't prevent. He can prevent somebody from dying in a tornado. But I'd like
He can
to
just
point
punch
out,
the tornado. I'm sorry, I'm kidding.
Right.
I get what you're saying. Yeah. go on.
but I mean, if you take a look at the way, like I feel like the movie was done the way that Spider-Man is done in movies, and even in comic books, where it's an ever evolving lesson. You know, I mean, if you've ever read a Superman comic, you know that, you know, a lot of people will say like, oh no, Superman doesn't kill. Fuck you, Superman kills all the time, all the time. If he ever, like, if anything ever comes into a city that is like too hard for him to stop, he's just like, I'm just gonna kill you. That's just the way it's gonna be.
Yep.
And
Hey guys, real fast, 15 minutes till the next segment.
All right.
Hey,
That should be
guys,
fine.
okay,
I
want to talk about
feel
Watchmen.
like, hold on one
We'll
second.
we can talk about Watchmen in the next segment, okay? We'll save that.
I feel like the lesson was learned at that point where he has to kill Zod, where he snaps his neck and just goes, I can't let you kill this family. I need to learn this lesson right now, that people that people like you need to die so that people like them can live. That he didn't learn yet, and he learned it. And now he's going to move on, and he's going to be much more. If you are so evil and so unstoppable that I have to put an end to you, I can't just send you to the Phantom Zone. I have to put an end to you. Then I'm going to do that. And I feel like that's a lesson he needs to learn, and that's why he did it at that point.
Did we need the power of skulls though?
Yes,
No, we didn't.
because that was a representation of what was going to happen if Zod got his way. All humanity would die.
I need to read the All-Star Superman.
All right. Wayne, tag,
Yeah.
go.
The big, and not just the fact that he walked into a tornado. The biggest problem with Jonathan Kent is this is the total misrepresentation of what Jonathan Kent was supposed to be. Jonathan Kent has always been to me, and every comic that I've ever read, every interpretation, he is leery that his son has these, magnificent powers, but he also wants him to do good, and he will do whatever it takes to show, like, do it the right way, son. Don't be, it's kind of like, that whole thing is like, what did you want me to, you want me to let those kids die? Yeah. No, Jonathan Kent would never say that. He would say, of course not. I don't want you to, let those children die. That was my biggest gripe with that character. He would not be the one who would he walk into a tornado? Maybe. So
If there was a practical purpose for it.
yeah, if there was a practical purpose for it, but he would not be the one to say, yeah, let a bunch of kids die in a bus. That was totally not Jonathan Kent. That's what really irked me about the character.
And while you're at it, kill half of Metropolis, son.
Yeah.
Have you read Earth 1?
I've read
Superman Earth 1?
many different ones, so again, I'm going primarily from Birthright,
Right.
and stuff. So
I can't remember if it's Birthright or Earth 1, the one where Superman takes him up into the sky for the first time, and he goes, Birthright, yeah, and he goes, you've never done that for me before. Don't you ever think that maybe I'd want to fly? And I read that, and I was like, right in the feels.
Yeah, because that was the whole thing. He's like, how can I, after Clark started discovering his powers and everything, he's like, how can I relate to my son anymore? Because if you remember in that comic, there was also a scene where how like most kids, they had the thing where they measure their children as they're growing, and it was like it said Clark age 3, Clark age 4, Clark age 5, and then like there's a hole in the ceiling. It said Clark age 8 because he started, he like either jumped or flew at that point.
Right.
So that was
That's a really good story.
Yeah, that's the Jonathan Kent I wanted to see. The one who he said, I don't know if I can relate, but I'm going to do my best to impart upon him a sense of moral obligation and goodness, and not even if it means not hiding what you are.
Yeah, I absolutely hated the way that he was just like, hide your secret no matter what. I was like, no, you're supposed to be the Uncle Ben of Superman. Shut up, stop. Why are you hurting me?
In fact, if you want to get down to it, I mean, why does Jonathan have to die every time? I mean, there was like a 30-year period where he was alive.
Yeah.
There was, Lois and Clark.
He was still alive when Doomsday killed his son. Right?
Yeah. He was alive in Lois and Clark. He was alive when Doomsday killed him. He was alive when he got kidnapped by Bizarro Superman and was taken to Bizarro Land. Like, he's been alive so many times in the comics. Like, why does he have to die? Oh my God, that's a lot of Link.
Is that the one? Are you talking about the one where he like?
Oops, sorry.
Drawn by like Frank Quietly or whatever, and he was like, there was a rocket on the fucking planet.
That was All-Star. That was All-Star.
That was All-Star. You were correct.
Crack Tooth in the chat said Superman was written to be escape from the real world. They never wrote him to be flawed. For him to be flawed, trash is what he was created for. And maybe that's why I was never a Superman fan. I mean, I like my comic book characters to be slightly good and relatable.
I agree with you completely. That was one of the biggest problems with him, is that he's so unrelatable. Not just for being an alien, but just for being this, unattainable fucking standard.
See, I think Batman's not flawed. I think he's just this unbeatable. Everybody feels like he's this unbeatable fighting character who knows everything, and I'm just like, no.
Thing, right? Look, Batman is one of my favorite characters, right? But I'm gonna be honest. I never read the comics. I know of him from the animated series and the movies, which isn't much. Batman, he'll get his ass whooped, but then he'll take the knowledge that he's gained from getting his ass whooped back to fucking wherever the hell he needs to and refine whatever instruments he needs to go and take that person down.
But
that's not how his fan base acts.
Yeah, and the way that he comes across, and this is just me reading, this isn't, I don't read comics the way everybody else does, but the way that I always took him is that he has so little self-awareness that he doesn't even seem to think for a second that he is what he fights against.
No, that's exactly it. He's a profoundly fucked up person, psychologically scarred, deeply so. And
he's just an asshole.
No.
Yeah. You don't understand.
That's not an unfair interpretation, but it's not right.
It's not just it's essentially it's almost to a degree he is aware of what he is. He's basically, I will become what I hate. I mean, even in Batman Begins, when he says, he said, why a bat, Master Bruce? And he says, because I'm scared of bats, and it's time my enemies feel my dread. That's kind of the thing. It's like, I'm going to become what I hate. I'm going to become them, essentially, to defeat them.
I like that. Batman's an emo kid with too much money.
Well, okay. That was stung.
Nice. What's Batman?
Tagging in. Okay.
Wait, what?
So I have to respond to some of those claims. Okay, so what were the first ones?
Is there something going on with that?
I think posed probably the most interesting little take on it, and that's a Superman who is generally unaware of those things with regard to the buildings and stuff. I mean, he's raised by humans since birth, more or less. So it is difficult to do, but it could have been, and this is the thing, it could have been argued that because he's Kryptonian, there's a different set of values there biologically in his own consciousness with regard to life and understanding life and perceiving the world around him. There could be that difference. However, there is a complete lack of portrayal of that character twist within the film. That's what is missing. If that was present, if it was you've had a long history of understanding people and understanding how people behave and the nuances of social interaction and how to care about people, son. If there was that scene in the movie, would have been fine with it. That would make sense. That would be like, okay, I get that. But it was not. It was absent. It was not. It was every
How
part of
about
it made
this?
Superman a relatable character as a human being. It made him feel human. Everything in there made him feel human. There was no thing where he's like, oh, I had trouble realizing that those are people in buildings and stuff. There was no element of that really within the origin story tied throughout. Which, by the way, let me just say, some people hated that it jumped around a lot with the origin story. I kind of liked it. I thought it was fine. But that element is missing. If it had been more present in the story or more prominent, I would make it all the sense in the world. It wasn't. It was not there.
Can I add something else on top of that too?
Well, Rotten tagged in. Let Rotten go, and then.
Oh, did he? Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I tagged in 30 minutes.
I kind of think, okay, I don't remember the movie that well. It's been a while since I've seen it. Does Superman, is he the one technically causing the damage, or is Zod throwing him through the buildings what causes the damage?
It's both. He's throwing Zod through buildings, and Zod's throwing him through buildings. It is definitely both.
I was gonna say, well, maybe the whole reason why that happens. They're literally fighting around
buildings as they crumble and collapse around them.
See, my thinking for a second there is maybe that happens because he's just, is a shitty fighter and he's fighting actual warriors,
Okay, Jonathan, next.
All right, let me point out two things. First is the fact that even though he was Kryptonian, where the Kryptonians grew up, they didn't have superhuman powers. They were like humans. And so there's no, even if we go to the whole genetic argument, there's no part of him that would have been prepared genetically, if we want to talk about it that way, to be destroying buildings and all that kind of stuff. Plus, you have to remember.
But again, that's you're taking a more literal approach to what I was thinking. I was more thinking just kind of like someone with Asperger's and not understanding social circumstances.
I don't know.
Well, let me continue though. On top of that, Superman has.
Why were the matches over there?
Michael, mute, please.
Mute yourself, man.
Okay, go on.
Okay. On top of that, we all know that Superman has super hearing and also X-ray vision. So there's no way that he would not have heard screaming and crying and like people being hurt. My personal opinion is that the way movie makers think is what they think is, oh, let's have buildings destroyed and buildings being all this stuff crumbling around. Not let's have Superman killing thousands of people in Twin Towers over and over again, and then now he feels a pang of sympathy when he sees it with his own eyes and not through X-ray vision. I think it's an oversight. I mean, in any kind of movie where there's massive destruction, there's superheroes, you have to have
maximizing on what sells in movies. It's maximizing on elements that do sell in movies. This is why Michael Bay continues to have a career, is because let's face it, destruction in Michael Bay movies, while there's no point, it's entertaining.
And remember,
that's these really one of the reasons it's present. But
these movies are geared towards humans. Like when you and I watch the TV screen, we don't see the buildings crumble in the middle of Superman fighting off Zod and go, oh my God, what about what if there's a little kid named Billy down there and he's getting he's getting crushed by thousands of tons of concrete. What we're going is oh my God, Superman just got hit by Zod and now he's going flying through the air. That's what we see. The whole point of him seeing the family and being I'm gonna have to take a stand is because when you and I see the family, that's when it clicks to us this is bad stuff happening right here. This is the destruction and now he's got to stand for it.
Because can I just quickly mention that Dragon Ball Z had the best way of getting around that by making them always fight in really rocky areas so they punch people and they just go flying through cliffs constantly? They got around that problem.
Okay, and I guess we've got 3 minutes, so Wade's turn, and then Rai can close us out and take us to the next room.
Yep.
All right. I also think that we're looking at this through the fourth wall of what what we think we want to see, but the way that I feel like we've already talked about why he wasn't particularly predisposed to think, oh crap, buildings, people are inside these buildings, is because his dad was a bad dad. Jonathan Kent was a bad dad.
When you factor that in, that does make more sense. That this Jonathan Kent is not a particularly good dad, which is a goddamn shame because it's motherfucking Kevin Costner. God damn it! You've been raised by Kevin Costner and fucking Russell Crowe. How can you fuck things up?
The Smallville Jonathan Kent was a better Jonathan Kent than Kevin Costner was.
Bo Duke was better than Kevin Costner.
Exactly.
So he sucks because I think Kevin Costner could have totally pulled off the Jonathan Kent that Wayne wants. I totally think Kevin Costner had him in it to do it. It's just he was given
Kevin
a script that didn't
Costner's
really speak to the character. I
Jonathan,
I can't agree with that. I love Kevin Costner. I'm sure he actually is, but I'm just like, I
Oh,
cannot.
are you
Not a-
serious?
I've just never been a fan of his acting.
Hey, Remy.
Anyway.
No, man, Dances
Yeah.
with Wolves was a fantastic film. I cannot.
So,
We're all talking over Wade right now.
Yeah.
Sorry, Wade. Go ahead. My bad.
So Cosner Kent was terrible as a father. He taught him how to blend into society. He never taught him how to deal with his powers. So his first outing, having to fight crime, having to fight evil aliens of his own species, he's just like, I have no idea what to do here. Oh crap! There's a family dying. I have to stop this. He's like,
I don't know. My rebuttal to that would be how would his father be able to tell him how to deal with that?
It's like I said earlier. How you tell him to deal with it is do what is necessary morally.
Yeah.
Right.
In any other situation, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For instance, there was a writer who wanted to do a Doomsday story in which Superman dies to Doomsday and then comes back to life as he does in the comics and is trained by Batman. If Batman can do it, Jonathan Kent can do it. Like he can teach him how to use his powers for the moral reasons, not just it's okay to destroy buildings, it's fine. But or hide yourself. Make sure you're wearing something that makes yourself not so seeable as Clark Kent, but as Superman. But more, if you have to fight, do it right.
All right, Brian.
All right. I gotta close out the show, or this part of the show anyway. The links are in the description. If you want to follow us to the next part, it's part 3. Don't get confused. I have them all there to tie into each other. Yeah, click on link 3. We'll see you guys in a few.
Let's get a drink.